This little PowerPoint is about some of the problem-solving questions that are associated with cell division, so part of the cell biology unit. Quite often you might get asked to calculate how many cells would be produced after a given set of time. And to do that, they'll tell you things like how long it takes for one cell to divide, and then they'll also tell you how long they want to know about. So for example, if a cell divides every 5 minutes and you start off with one cell, how many cells will there be after 10 minutes? Well, after 5 minutes, that 1 becomes 2, and then after another 5 minutes, those 2 become 4. So there'd be 4 cells. Quite simple when you say it like that, but quite often you can deal with much bigger numbers. Now, in the e-learning lesson 1, if you're looking at that, it describes 2 methods on how to calculate how many cells there will be. And I'm going to talk you through both of those. I'm going to use the example in the worksheets so that you can kind of work along the worksheets with me talking with you as well. If you've still got any problems, if you're still stuck, then just give me a shout, email me, contact me on Teams, doesn't matter, happy to help. Right, in your e-learning lesson 1, they use this example here. A cell can divide into 2 every 30 minutes. How many cells will there be after 1.5 hours? Now, I'm going to talk you through method 1 first. So you're going to need your scientific calculator. It might look like this, or it might just look like one that's similar to this. Some scientific calculators will have slightly different buttons, so you might need to work out which button it is for you. It might be different from this one that I show you. Okay. So step 1 for method 1 is work out how many rounds of cell divisions there will be in the time that they've given you. Now, they're telling you they want to know about 90 minutes, and they tell you that every 30 minutes a cell divides. So what you do is you take the duration they're asking about, and this time it's 90, and then you're going to divide that by how long one cell division takes, which is 30 minutes. So 90 divided by 30 equals 3. Okay, so there's going to be 3 rounds of cell division in 90 minutes. Right, step 2. You're going to use the formula 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of cell divisions. Now we've just worked out that's 3. So what you'll do is you'll press 2, and then in this calculator you're going to press the button that says x to the power, well, it's got x to the power of a little square. Sometimes that might be x to the power of y. You press that and it allows you to pick what number your power is going to be. So this one is 3. So it should say 2 to the third power of 3, press equals, answer 8. Okay? Perfect. So, method 1, find out how many cell divisions there are in the duration, and then do 2 to the power, the wee little number, equals, there's your answer. Okay, so maybe you might not like your scientific calculator, you find it a bit confusing, or didn't quite understand what was going on before. Well, you can always try method 2 for these types of calculations. Now we've got the same question, and there's a little picture there, and that is actually from the worksheet if you're on e-learning lesson 1. But I'm going to draw the table and talk you through it as we do it, because sometimes that's easier. Right, so for method 2, you'll always need a table. 2 columns. First column is time, and second column is number of cells. Now, if you know me, you will know my handwriting is not the best, so apologies for that. Right, there's my table, time and number of cells. I'm actually going to change colour of pen because I like to colour code things. Now what goes in the first column, time, is the time point of every cell division. Okay, you always start at time point 0. The question tells you that a cell divides every 30 minutes, so your first cell division will be 30 minutes. And then we add another 30 minutes onto that, so the next cell division will be 60. Then there'll be another 30 minutes, so 90. And our question asks us about 90 minutes, so our table will actually stop at 90 minutes. However, if our question was actually asking us about 2 hours, which is 120 minutes, we would then add on another 30 to make it 120. Okay, so the idea is however long the length of time they're asking you about, that should be the last number that appears in your time column. Now, because ours is only about 90, I'm going to rub out that 120 because we don't care. The question is 90 minutes. And now we're going to talk about column 2. Right, number of cells. In the types of questions you'll be dealing with, they'll normally always be starting off with just one cell. So at time point 0, we've got one cell. Now, after 30 minutes, that one cell will divide into 2 cells. Okay. After another 30 minutes, those 2 cells will divide and become 4 cells. So that's time point 60. Then after another 30 minutes, we're going to have another round of cell division. Each one of those 4 cells will divide to become 8 cells. Now you'll notice that the number of cells are doubling every time, okay? And it would keep following that pattern if we left it for longer. So it would be like, it would go 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. It keeps going like that. Now remember, you can use your calculator if you are not too confident with your with those sorts of calculations when the numbers get bigger. That's absolutely fine. But the way we do this method is you know you finished when your time is the same time they're asking about, which is 90 minutes. You then look over and that is your answer. So our answer here is 8 cells. Okay? You just write that in your wee answer box. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through both methods again with another example. So, this question we're talking about a cell going through one round of mitosis every 10 minutes. Okay. How many cells are produced from one cell in 60 minutes? So, method 1 is step 1, find out how many cell divisions there will be in the 60 minutes. So, what we'll do is we'll take the total duration, which is 60, and then we're going to divide it by how long one division takes, and that's 10 minutes. So it's 60 divided by 10 equals 6. So there's going to be 6 rounds of cell division. Now, we are going to be using the equation 2 to the power of n. Remember, that's step 2. 2 to the power of n, n being the number of cell divisions. So in this case, n is 6. We just worked that out. So, 2 to the power of 6. So I'm going to plug that into my calculator. Going to press number 2. Find my little x to the power button. And then there's 6, 2 to the power of 6. And we've got 64. That is our answer. 2 to the power of 6 equals 64 cells. Perfect. Right, same question, method 2. Step 1, draw yourself your table. Time for column 1, number of cells for column 2. Time always starts at 0, so time point 0. It divides every 10 minutes. All the way up to 60 minutes, so we're going to go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, so this time our table's quite a bit longer. Yeah. So now we'll go on to our second column, which is how many cells we produce. So at time point 0, there is 1. We're starting off with 1 cell. Okay. After 10 minutes, that 1 cell becomes 2. After another 10 minutes, those 2 cells become 4. Okay, we're going to keep doing that. The 4 become 8. The 8 become 16. The 16 become 32. And the 32 become 64. Okay. Remember, you can use a calculator for this. If the numbers were getting bigger, I'd start using a calculator too. So your table should look like that, with our answer 64 cells. Right, well, I hope that helped. If you're still struggling or if you still find it quite difficult, then give your teacher a shout, either email them or get them on Teams, whichever one's best for you. Okay, see you later.